Hey there, Cozy Midnight Collective listeners. Before we dive into today's episode, we want to give you a quick heads up.
This episode contains spoilers for the book that we're reading, so if you haven't read it yet and you want to experience it fresh, you might want to pause here and come back after you finish reading.
We also want to issue a content warning. This episode may include discussions of sensitive topics such as violence, abuse, mental health, etc. Please take care of yourself and feel free to skip this episode if it's not the right time for you.
Your well-being always comes first. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to
Cozy Midnight Collective,
where we explore the eerie, the literary, and the stories that haunt us long after the last page. I'm Lauryn.
And I'm Morgan, and this is part 3, the final chapter of our February Book of the Month discussion, Letters to the Purple Satin Killer.
Yeah. If you're just joining us, we have been unraveling the haunting tale of Jonas Williker, aka the Purple Satin Killer. And today we're diving into the final pages, the letters, the aftermath, and the author's final note.
What a wild ride this has been, you guys.
This book.
I'm so excited / fearful and sad of it. Like, not like melancholy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
like it's over. I'm ready to release it. I feel kind of like the one. Like attached for no reason.
Yeah.
And it's detrimental to my health.
It's sad because but
I will not end up dead in a box. I promise you.
Yeah. No. No, I won't let that happen. But
you're like, whoa.
This book is still haunting me. Like, I still, like, I'll be going about my daily life and then I'm like, oh, Jonas fucking Williker. Williker. Like, what? Your last name is Williker. Like, you know, like.
How fucking puny is that, you puny little turd
Old
muffin?
Man Williker, right? Like, you've heard that somewhere,
Yeah.
right? Like, I don't know. I've reached out to the author.
Thanks for following us, Joshua Chaplinski.
Thank you.
I'm going to say it again. I said it in our last episode in part 2.
Yeah.
I really, 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 really hope you consider just coming on for like a quick 30 minutes just to have, you know, a special little blurb with us, because we have so many questions. I'm sure you've been asked a few of the questions that we have. But primarily, we need a little bit of closure. And if we're not going to get a second book, if it's cool to just pick your brain, because nobody knows all of the characters better than you.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have a sequel to the book coming, which why would you? Because Jonas Williker is dead. And so is his mom, and so is his stepdad, and like there's just nowhere else to go with this story. I feel like you could spare 30 minutes to come and chat with us.
Yeah.
Please.
I just have a couple burning questions that I'm like, they keep me up at night. And that's probably the point of the book, is to just,
and that's the point of the podcast.
But But
we're in a position now where we might be able to ask you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, how cool would that be, right? If any of our listeners have more relationship with him than just an Instagram follow like us, do persuade him.
Yeah. No, seriously, you wrote an amazing book. And
we love it.
I loved it. I don't think I knew that it was going to be interesting, but I did not.
We did not know what we were in for.
Yeah.
When we picked up that book. When we saw the book, picked it up, briefly read the summary, and decided, let's put it in the poll to see if our audience
I thought for sure
wants
the Christmas
to read
book
it.
was going to win. Like, I thought that because we had like a
and
murder
like the
at
holidays were like
yeah.
just.
I thought for sure that
passed.
one was going to win.
Yeah.
But this one, like, kind of cleared the board, like, after a while. Like, because I think there's, like, a vote for each.
Mm-hmm.
And because we're still small time. So, yeah, like, I was pleasantly surprised to see that it had won. Because I was like, yes. Like, I wanted to get into something dark.
And honestly, like, just everything about the book, like, even holding it, it's, like, the perfect size, the material, like literally just everything about this is a masterpiece. It was brilliant.
I was gonna say, I love that, like, the cover looks like it's, like, kind of folded a little bit, and, like, it kind of feels like one of those, like, 70s, like, 80s, like, murder true crime type books. Like, I just loved how it was kind of like weirdly nostalgic too, like, and that probably sounds weird for me to say, but, like, it just feels,
it's just like, I love this book.
I love it. Like, I'm sad to see it go.
I know
And I don't know if it's, like, the way that it ended.
It's not gonna leave my home, but it'll go on the bookshelf.
Yeah, but it's like, it's just, you know, we move on. And so
we don't want to get all sentimental on you, but we just really felt that we needed to tell
props.
you.
It's
like, you did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
And I think I think you said, did you read or listen to him in an interview when he said he was just lazy when he decided?
It's in the author's note. So it's funny, your words.
That, how come I didn't?
Kind of made me chuckle. So you had said...
Oh, down here, the editor notes, right?
Yeah. You said, if I remember correctly, and we already discovered earlier that I cannot speak today, but the epistolary format was more of a product of my own laziness rather than ingenuity. And I just thought that was so funny that, like, what you attribute it to being like as just laziness was
brilliant,
genius to me. And the fact that we never get to see his responses, I think it just adds to the mystery, but it also gives us a better idea of how people just perceived him versus, like, what he had in his own head of, like, who he thought he was. Like, he clearly, Jonas Williker thought that he was hot to trot. Like, and I don't know if it's because he was able to get away with so many murders for so long, or if it was the fact that he had, like, the media eating out of the palm of his hand, the people that were writing
just everybody
to him.
Until the very end.
Yeah.
And he died all alone.
Yeah, alone. And
deservedly so.
And is it weird that part of me was like, dang, like, he died alone. Like, and, like, I didn't pity him. It wasn't like, oh, poor guy, like, he's all alone. But it was just kind of like, I thought for sure at least, like, Ginny was gonna go. You know, I thought that Ginny was gonna try to get in there. She didn't. Or even
Candace
Billy
didn't show up with their child because, first of all,
I wouldn't take my infant to I just wouldn't.
No. Like,
maybe if I was
say,
like,
oh, he'll never remember,
member,
but, you know, at the end of the day, you don't want to toy with your child's psyche like that.
Yeah.
Especially with how Jonas ended up being and who he became and all the damage he caused. Like, why would you even want to toy with the concept of your child somehow that changing their developmental trajectory?
Yeah. It's just, you don't want to roll the dice on that one. And
his mom died. His stepdad died.
Poor Judy. Like, I still feel so bad for Judith. Like, I think I feel bad for Judith in the sense that she really tried to hold on to the little boy that she raised. And she, you know, you can never question a mother's love. Like,
well, not this mother. There are mothers out there that you can
there are mothers,
love.
yes. But this situation,
but Judith's love for her son, I was telling you, like, I was actually having to finish the dishes downstairs, and I was like, okay, so the only thing I haven't read yet is the final letter from Sonny, who ends up being Jonas Williker's biological father, and then the final letter from Judy.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, can I finish all these dishes and will you read it to me? And so she did. She obliged. And fantastic reading, by the way. But also, I was like getting a little bit choked up inside when you were reading Judy's note. Like, it just made me, and I know this is a fictional character.
Yeah.
But, like, just the way that Chaplinsky, like, God damn it. Like, I literally was like,
the way he captured
hurt.
it. Because, like, her ending words were kind of like, I have no more sunshine. She said, like, I have no more sunshine left to give you. And she
like,
kind of,
her cup is empty.
She kind of is just like, once all of this is over and you're no longer the household name or whatever, like, I'm just going to be truly, utterly alone. And, like, the mean part of me was like, well, you have Detective Singer that's, like, really wanting to hang out with you, like.
I don't think she has any more room in her soul for an emotional connection.
And that's where I was, like, at least hopeful for, like, that friendship, because there was somebody there who was at least supportive of her. Like, he wasn't trying to hit on her necessarily. He just wanted to,
maybe if he had the opportunity to, he might have, but
I'm sure,
was just like,
he was in love with her.
She wasn't. I think he had love. Like, you can only be so in love with somebody if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he definitely was in love with the true Judy. Like, he knew.
And I will say too, it probably,
who she was as a person.
Thinking about it, it probably wouldn't have been a very good relationship to begin with, because he does say that his obsession with Jonas and all things like Purple Satin Killer, it affected relationships. Like, I think this is a little dark, but, like, he said that one of his girlfriends at one point had, like, tied herself to the bed and like purple underwear and stuff like that, and was like, just have your way with me. If it means that you're gonna,
like, will you give me attention?
Yes. If it means that you're gonna just, like, forget about this for, like, a minute. And he was like, it was interesting, but he was like, we both felt kind of icky afterwards, but it was like, I just, like, I think this guy was so, either he would have been into her for the sole prospect of the fact that she is the mother of the case that he was so obsessed with. Is it a means to an
end? He doesn't want to use her, but he is.
Yeah. But then, like, the other part of me is like, I mean, he did say that, like, a good majority of their conversations didn't even concern him.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
He was just like, Judy's just a dope woman. You know? She's just awesome. So
I think it was a meaningful, true relationship. Like, it wasn't for show. It wasn't to squeeze something out of her. Initially, yes.
Yeah.
Like, when he said, like, I'll just let her talk and talk and talk and talk, and I get everything that I need. I don't even have to say anything.
Yeah.
But then when he truly listened to what she was saying, and he empathized with her, so he was able to form a connection. And then, of course that happens with people, like, long distance dating all the time. You can grow to love somebody and be in love with them without meeting them.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just,
it does
the
make
whole
me sad
book
that
just
they never
overall
met.
is just absolutely devastating. All of it.
I think, like, something that, like, really sticks with me the most is that, like, he never got to meet Judy. Like, he never got to meet her in person. Because the way that Judy's story kind of ends is that she had gone into congestive heart failure the morning of her flight to Jonas to see him be executed. And it's
she
so
had
sad.
congestive heart failure, and what she went into was she had an exacerbation. Yeah. And it was too much on her heart. So
yeah.
CVICURN right here. So I'm like, that's how that works. It's just, and you know what? There is a condition, and most people know it as broken heart syndrome, but it is like, we physiologically and anatomically will see changes in the heart, and it enlarges the left ventricle and reduces the cardiac output. And so needless to say, not going to go into all that jazz, but it's a true thing that does happen. And it's mostly seen in people who have gone through something absolutely horrendous. Like one of my last patients that I had with that was she had been raped by like 3 people, broke into her home, and also used objects. And it was brutal. We had to keep her in a medically induced coma because of the condition of her heart to keep her alive. Mm-hmm. And it took 5 or 6 days for her heart to go back to its normal size, because it will. The emotional response causes the enlargement of the heart. Yeah, the emotional response that is so significant will actually cause, again, the left ventricle to enlarge, and it'll decrease the cardiac output, which is the amount of blood that's able to actually leave the heart. So it's not effectively, think of the heart as a pump. It's not effectively, the plumbing is backed up because you're not getting enough flow and pump out of that heart. And so it's a real thing. And people that don't get help when they're in the middle of that kind of crisis will die. So I believe that that's definitely what happened to Judy Williker. Just a little side note from a professional. But yeah, I loved how the letters, they gave us a final glimpse into each of the characters' psyche.
Yeah.
It definitely felt like a ghostly chorus of goodbyes.
Yeah. I would definitely say too that there was also like the shock of a surprise character, which happened to be Sunny, which is Jonas's biological father.
Right.
And,
we talked about him, right? Yeah, we just talked about him.
Like just super briefly. But basically Sunny was reached out to, like Judy reached out to Sunny, and he was like, I was surprised. He's like, we dated very briefly when we were really young.
Had no idea that she
got pregnant, and that he was kind of like a bad seed for a while, like, just got into like a lot of trouble. He was drunk all the time, or high, or he
in and out of prison constantly.
In and out of prison for like assault, burglary, that type of stuff. And so
pretty severe stuff. Not serial killer, but still severe.
And he does kind of point that out, because he's like, I'm sure this must be some sort of shock to you, but he said that your mom had also said that you were mad at her because allegedly what would be his stepfather, but the man who raised him, I guess in a couple of drunken outbursts, he had said,
like, he's not his son.
You're not my son, pretty much. And I guess he had done it a few times. And so Jonas was very angry about that, and he blamed his mom for a lot of those issues. And you can tell too, like in some of her letters that she writes back to him, he also kind of insinuates that she's emotionally cheating on his dad with Grant Singer, the detective. And she's kind of like, no, like I it's not what I'm doing. Like that could be further from what I want.
Yeah, and how dare you?
Yeah, and so Sunny,
dude, in his position, this motherfucker has so much nerve.
Yeah.
Like true narcissist.
Yeah.
Totally unaware of how fucking outrageous he is at all times.
It astounds me how icky of a human being he really is. Like, how dare you? Like, what right do you have to judge me for that when you don't even talk to your father? Your father's like in a wheelchair. You haven't written him a letter. He's not writing you. Like, I don't know. So
you don't call.
Yeah. You barely talk to me. Like, like you barely talk to me. And if you do, you're accusing me of things, or you're just being a dick. Like, I didn't know you were getting married. Didn't know all this other, like, just
all of a sudden there's a baby.
Yeah. Fuck off, Jonas. Like, I've been nothing but supportive.
You won't be honest about where are the other bodies.
Yeah. Or let's talk about your cousin Tina, Jonas.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You want to accuse me of things? Fine. What happened to Tina?
Where's Tina's body?
Why was her jacket her purple satin jacket
in the back of your
in
closet.
the back of your closet.
Yeah, Jonas, fucking say something.
So, and we'll touch on that later because this is another thing that just blew my mind.
We have a theory.
Yeah.
I'm saying, Chaplinsky, we need to talk to you.
Just like blink once, like just so okay. So, so Sonny, he reaches out and he's like, I think your mom was trying to find some sort of way to excuse, like, maybe if it was something that, like, I passed on to you, or like, she's like trying to find
was it nature versus
reasoning,
nurture? Right.
As to why you would do these things. And he had said, he was honest. He said, I'll be honest, if your mom had told me that she's pregnant with you, I probably wouldn't have wanted anything to do with you to begin with. But he did, like, so he was honest, which I appreciate, like, hey, thank you for that. And he had shared with Jonas this revelation that his mom had let him in on. And it was basically when Judy had given birth, she wanted to breastfeed her son. Mm-hmm. And this is where I think it kind of plays into the fact that Jonas was just born evil. He was just born evil. And,
or what we define as evil, because he was just born the way he was, and it just ended up being evil, like societal terms. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Well,
like, he just is who he is.
Yeah.
But we as humans feel the need to categorize and label everything.
Well, I have no problem giving this the label.
Absolutely
of evil.
Not.
He's fucking
evil. He's a fucking demon.
So he basically clues him in on
He's a burnt testicle.
Fact that his mom wanted to breastfeed him because she felt that that was the best way to take care of her baby, right? She was not hearing this, like, fed is best thing. She would not give him a bottle. She would not give him formula. She wanted to give him what she felt was the best, right?
Yes.
And so initially it started off with, like, he had bitten her, like, hard enough to, like, draw blood, and she, like, yelped. And he
right?
Like, loudly. And he didn't even, like, blink at it. He was just kind of like, it was almost like he was like, huh.
Like,
that
like, interesting.
Yeah, like, as like a baby, right? And so
that would be a wild thing to experience. Yeah. Like, the intelligence that babies are intelligent. People don't give babies enough fucking credit, because they are sponges and they are smart.
Part of me too wonders, like, how early was this on? Because
if he had teeth.
Have you heard that there's some babies that are born with teeth? Now, mind you, this is not backed up by science, right? Yeah. I don't know.
Yes, you do know some babies are born with
teeth. I'm saying, like, what I'm getting to is that allegedly some people say that if a baby is born with teeth, like, already, like, cut through the gums, those are the ones that usually end up becoming serial killers.
What?
Yeah. It's something I read about, like, forever ago. I can't tell you where I saw it. But again, this is hearsay.
I feel like
this
if he
part is not backed up by science.
I feel like if he was born with teeth, we would have known that. So Judy
also refused to acknowledge the fact that she found her missing niece's jacket in the back of his closet. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's not something that she would have been like, oh, that's like weird.
Chaplinsky would have let us in on that. I'm not saying he's still not an infant, but, like, you can cut teeth 3-4 months old, so he's minimally, in my mind.
No, and he could have been, but it was just something that I just wondered about in the back of my mind, right?
So that's a question.
Yeah.
For
it's
Joshua Chaplinsky.
It's just something I just thought about. So it is what it is. So she says that she continued breastfeeding him, and, like, he would just keep testing the limits of her pain threshold pretty much. And it got to a point where, like, she had nerve damage on one breast, and she couldn't wear a bra because it hurt too much. Any shirt that she had always ended up with blood on it, but she was determined to continue to give him the best. Right? And I say that with quotes, but no matter how we feel about it today. So she was adamant that she wanted to continue breastfeeding him. And then there was one point where it was like the second to last day within the recommended window of when you're supposed to start weaning them off. And she said that she didn't even feel it because she had so much nerve damage. She just felt like the tug. And she looks down and he has his tongue out and he has a piece of her flesh in his mouth.
Like her nipple is in his mouth.
He's presenting it to her like, look at what I have. So she panics and she's like trying to get it out of his mouth, but he like chomps down and like won't let her into his mouth. And so she said that she fought with him. And this is all being told through Sonny, his biological father. Because
Judy, when they met for coffee and had this conversation in person, she told him, and he's like, I don't know why else she would have told me this.
Other than
if it weren't for me to just pass it along to you.
So she said that she kind of had to give up after a while. And when he
opened up his mouth, okay,
he had swallowed it.
Yeah.
And then she said that...
But she's still, that entire time, she's not even worried about her bleeding or anything like that. It's still on Jonas. Like, oh, let me intervene so he doesn't choke and die. Like, let me save my baby. Like, no matter what, she's very attentive and always putting like his safety and needs first. Like the love and the nurture from the mom is not an issue.
Yeah. So, he swallowed her flesh. And even then, she still just switched him to the other side. And she even fed him up until the next day, which was the last day. And so Sonny pretty much kind of says this as like, you know, it has nothing really to do with your mom did everything she could to love you and take care of you. She, even at her expense. And he said, you know, I might have been a piece of shit, but I was not a psychopath. And he was like, this
is
on you. Like, this is something you can't even blame it. You cannot blame it on anything.
Anybody.
And he does acknowledge, he was like, you know, he's like, I'm sure some people would like to say that maybe it's because of what, you know, your dad telling you that you're not his kid. But he was like, you know, pretty much saying like, no, I don't think that's the case with you either.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like, you are the way that you are. And, you know, you'll be out of here soon anyways. So, yeah. So you get that revelation. So at this point, where are they now? Where are all these characters at this point? The ones that we've talked about. I know that we did briefly touch on Abby. She is the daughter of Jonas's ex-girlfriend who they had known each other since high school. And
he talked, so Jonas wrote to Anna asking Anna to attend the execution. She wrote him back, and I did the math because she was born in May of 1992, and the letter that was read was from February of 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was just about to turn 17 in like 3 months. So, and she was writing pretty educated, sounding intelligent for a 16, almost 17-year-old girl.
Yeah.
But she was like, I can't even believe that you would have the audacity to ask me to come to your execution. Like, absolutely not. I don't condone what you did. Like, I don't support you. I will not be there. This is it. Goodbye. You know, adios,
there was a period where she was writing to him and he was writing her back.
But she was younger.
She was younger. And then there came a point where like her mom just slowly kind of lost it. And then she also had been diagnosed with, what was it, like an early onset of like dementia or like Alzheimer's. And so she, like her mom always held this like guilt for allowing Jonas into their lives. And she always wondered if there was something that Jonas had done to her daughter. And there was like a point where Jonas says that it was the mom's fault that she had basically left the stove on. So the gas was gas was
Yeah.
like let into the house. And so he said, you forgot to turn off the stove. And she's like, I've never had that problem before.
Yeah. I've
And
never
so
left the stove on.
in her letters before she kind of ends up getting her diagnosis, she is saying like, I would have never done that. Like the mom does point out like, that was you did that and you made me feel guilty for that.
Yeah.
And the daughter, you know, still to that day, she's like, my mom is always apologizing to me, saying she's sorry, it's her fault. And she said, you know, she says like, I never cared about the stove. Like, obviously we figured it out. But she's like, I'm coming to the point where it's like, is she apologizing about the stove or is she apologizing for you?
Oh, definitely Jonas.
And then eventually she, mom ends up actually passing away due to smoke inhalation because with her condition, she almost burned her house down. And
it's ironic.
And it's really sad because her last words were, again, I'm sorry. And the daughter had said that she said, it's okay, you know, just kind of trying to release her mom from it. And then her mom, she said, it looks like she had like a moment of clarity where it wasn't like my mom with her dementia. It was like her mom was back for a brief second and then she just slowly passed away. And then, so Anna, like, I think her name is Anna, her letters went from being like, I miss you to you're a monster. And like, I want really nothing to do with you. And she did.
Well, it's just the brain. She's not a child anymore.
Yeah. And so she's come to those
more.
terms and she understands everything a little bit better. And so,
So who else?
Billy is, he's gone. He had said that he got an invitation from the prison on Jonas's behalf, inviting him to the execution. He said, no, sorry. Like, I'll always cherish that summer we had.
Good for him.
It wasn't even a year. It was literally like a summer that they had.
Well, for him, it was
the best summer. Like,
it was
I get
impactful.
It.
Like, I remember some very pivotal times in my life too. And you hang on to those and you hold them dearly. I'm just glad he got his shit together and he was able to like understand what he wanted for himself. Yeah. And that it was okay to be where he was, like starting over. Yeah. So he got rid of Ziv, which is his partner. He said goodbye to Jonas forever. Yeah. He ditched the therapist because Ziv was the one who found that couples therapist, so he didn't feel comfortable continuing on with that therapist as not his own. Yeah. And he's like, I'm moving forward for me. And then what else? Really, I feel like we've already touched base on the author's notes and origin. Yeah. It was...
I was going to say the one that got away, too.
Oh, yeah.
Her story was devastating, too. Like, how it ended. Like, one of her last letters that she wrote to him was, please don't leave me. Yes. Literally just written over and over and over again is, please don't fucking leave me.
Please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. Then, don't leave me. Yeah. Please don't fucking leave me.
And then don't leave me. There's one more that's actually like kind of shows like how her story ends. And hers is really sad. Like it's here it is. So I can't wait to follow you into the long dark night of eternal nothingness. Only then will my suffering be complete, my true purpose accomplished. I finally understand what you meant when you said, nothing escapes me. My body is ready. This journey is at an end, but another's just beginning. Lead the way, sincerely, the one. And in the final pages of this book, they did kind of like
like a follow-up.
An editor's notes, where they basically said that Jessie Clover, better known as the one that got away, was found dead in a steamer trunk buried in the backyard of the house where she lived. She was found wearing a child's tattered jacket, purple satin with white trim, with what appeared to be a smile on her emaciated face.
So we're going to tell you now what we were discussing in the kitchen earlier before we started recording, because obviously we made the connection in a child's purple satin jacket being
tattered and old.
And Jonas having
a cousin
that went missing, wearing this purple satin jacket, Tina. She's murdered. That was very likely his very first kill. So could it be that jacket that the mom found in the back of the closet?
And how did it get to her if Jonas was in prison this whole time?
Yeah, how did it get to her? How did it get on her? How did she get in the steamer trunk buried?
And there were a couple letters where she had written that like somebody had showed up at her house. Like she was insinuating that someone had showed up and that they were recreating a lot of the things that Jonas had done to her while she was kidnapped. And a lot of that, like we kind of discussed, we thought initially that she was just losing her mind. But then she's talking about the steamer trunk and she's like saying how she's sleeping better because she's in the comfort of that trunk. And I'm kind of like,
yo, this is
she's
so
not.
fucked
Like,
up.
this is fucked up. And then I'm like, so who is carrying this out?
And then I was thinking, well, potentially Jonas had included information. The guy in the hospital that like broke out and they never saw him again, and they presumed dead, or the only other option was Stacy Satin's boyfriend,
who was
ex-boyfriend, who was obsessed with him. Look, Chaplinsky, we have just some questions,
the
man.
Other one too was what we forgot to mention as well. When Jonas's mother writes him that his father died, she said that she found him in the backyard.
Oh, yeah.
In his wheelchair, slumped over, and he was clutching a piece of purple satin fabric. And she said that she took the fabric from him and hid it before the ambulance and firefighters and all them showed up to take him away. And she said because she didn't want anyone to come to the false conclusion that maybe he was the one that was carrying out these copycat killings, or that he had something to do with you being in there.
Yeah, but he couldn't have done the copycat killings because by the time the copycat killings started, he had already had a stroke.
Yeah.
And he was wheelchair bound.
But that's where it's also
so like, is it Judy?
Could it have been like that would be a twist, right? I was wondering too, like if
like, what the fuck is going on?
Say his dad was doing these things, taught Jonas how to do these things.
Yeah, and it all started with Tina.
Jonas ends up doing, like, passing on the torch to somebody else. Like, whether it was the boyfriend of Stacy Satin.
Yeah.
Or if it was Anthony, who was the college student with a brain injury. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Like, and also like where the copycat killings stopped after Jonas
died. After he was executed. But only then.
What if Jonas was like, because he had a decent relationship with like the guards around him. I mean, like you have to think like this is where like my brain just goes into
overdrive. No, I think it's too
far-fetched, but I'm just like, I don't know, dude. Like there's so much to it that I'm like,
because Jonas is not the kind of guy where he's gonna.
I mean, he escaped once.
No, absolutely, but that's what I'm saying. Like he's not going back.
Yeah.
There's no way he's like fighting on his own the entire time, gets convicted, fighting to get it overturned, gets sentenced to die, fighting to prolong, get off the hook somehow from being executed. There's no way if a guard is letting him, all right, bro, we're going to sneak you out this time.
Yeah.
From this time, that dude's coming back. He's fucking gone.
Yeah. I don't know. It just, like I said, that's just my overactive imagination. But I'm just like, how did this happen? Like, how is this possible? Who did he trust enough to go handle the one that got away? Because that was like what really, I think that's what fucked up his relationship with Candace, was that I think he was all about Candace initially. But then when he saw the one that got away at his trial, she said that she watched like his like, you know, good boy whole thing. It just evaporated as soon as he saw her again.
Because nothing escapes him.
Yeah, so I think he was just so obsessed with the one that got away that's what fucked up things between him and Candace. He was like, I don't need to worry about you anymore. Like, I have this to worry about. Yeah. And then he's got like the protege and Anthony, the guy with the brain injury. And then you've got maybe the boyfriend of the porn star. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, he just...
Yeah, there's so many unanswered questions and so many different theories my brain is like conceptualizing. Yeah. So again, you know, it's just would really tricky. Love to chit chat.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, as far as like everybody else that we've kind of mentioned, like there is like a doctor that reaches out asking if he would be willing to donate his brain to science.
Yes. Which I thought was
funny.
I mean, they really really do that.
Mm-hmm. Who was it that donated their brain? Was it
Gacy?
Was it Gacy? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, several of them have. Kemper did.
Dahmer too, or was I think she actually says that they wanted Jeffrey Dahmer, but like his.
I don't know if this is based off of.
Yeah.
I don't know if that part is non-fictional.
In general,
in the book,
he was beat to death, so it was like maybe they weren't able to use his brain because.
I mean,
I don't know, but
they can still study it. Even if it's swollen.
Yeah.
Or bruised.
Yeah. But, oh, yeah.
So.
And then a mother of one of his victims, victim number 14.
Oh, yeah.
She reached out to him.
She reached out to forgive him.
Yeah, she says that she forgives him, which, good for you.
Oh, the kidney.
That's right.
Dude.
That is right.
So we have to touch base on this.
There was one of the victims' brother.
Yeah, it's victim number 14, her brother. This is literally so sad. He is writing Jonas to ask him if he would be willing to...
Trevor Pence, page 403.
If he would be willing to donate one of his kidneys to him after he dies, right? So, yeah, Trevor Pence,
because he
page
kept
403,
one of her kidneys. Yeah.
February 23rd, 2009. So he has literally nothing else to lose. So he's like, fuck it, I'm just going to ask, which I'm very curious. There was no update on that if it got fulfilled, because apparently the state gives Jonas Williker more authority over his body and kidney than they did his dying sister. So needless to say, he needs a kidney transplant. His sister was a perfect match for said kidney transplant needs. Sister was pregnant, and so they had scheduled to do the transplant after the baby was born. Jonas Williker comes along, mutilates all the things to her.
Keeps her kidney.
She cuts out and keeps one of her kidneys, which is like, did he know prior? Like, how was he choosing his victims? Did he know prior there was something going on with Trevor?
Yeah.
Don't know that. But cuts out the only victim that he keeps an organ from. And long story short, she was not killed. So she ended up being kept alive in a medically induced coma long enough to give birth. And so she gave birth to the baby. And then soon after the baby was delivered, she succumbed completely. And so then she was pronounced dead. But of course, all of her organs, usually you go into MODS, which is multi-organ failure. And so none of the organs are in a state of being able to be transplanted because they're all just shot to hell. And then the baby, on top of everything, dies within 24 hours, and they just name that SIDS. No fucking reason whatsoever. Literally the saddest thing ever. And so 3 people died that day is what he said, you know? And so his last ditch effort, since the state is requiring, he's asking Jonas. And so we have no idea if Jonas was willing to give him his kidney or not.
Knowing
but
him,
that's what I wanted to read the last part. Because he's kind of trying to come at it by like, prolong my suffering, please. Like kind of trying to like psychologically.
He's appealing to Jonas's like,
yes,
disgusting side pretty much.
Yeah. So he says, so on the off chance you say yes, I'm asking you, please give me one of your kidneys. I don't know why you'd say yes, but I'm asking regardless. In fact, I'm begging you. Please let me live. Look at it this way. It's like part of you will live on, an actual flesh and blood part, inside the body of a man whose sister you brutally murdered. That's pretty fucked up. That's got to appeal to you on some level, right? Let me be the receptacle for your fucked up kidney. My every waking breath will be a reminder of what you did to my sister and nephew, the lives you stole. It's something that will haunt me for the rest of my life. Don't you want to prolong my suffering? Please? Sincerely, Trevor Pence. That ruined me. You guys.
Go into, we get our author's note, which is great. Joshua is, if anything, to me, you kind of give me humble, which I love. You state that, this was originally like a short story in a magazine, which I bought. And I read the short story in there, and it's, kind of the same lines with the letters. And I thought it was really good. And I love seeing how an idea becomes something like this. And I truly think that this book is underrated. Like, this is something I don't really see talked about in a lot of places.
Yeah,
and
we had no idea coming into this, and when we just happened upon it at Barnes and Noble, and we were like, oh,
interesting
cool
cover.
Feeling,
Brought me in.
Yeah.
And then like reading, the blurb on the back, I was just kind of like, oh shit, like this looks good.
Yeah.
And it's like definitely a top contender.
So when it got voted in, yes, we were absolutely thrilled.
Excited. And then we had to go on like a hunt
to find it.
Yeah, to find these books, because we got one for me at Barnes and Noble, which was probably the one that I happened to pick up and look at.
Well, there was 2 that day.
There were 2. So somebody did buy that book.
Somebody else did buy it.
But we had to search for your copy.
Yeah.
And it was like, we called like 3 different bookstores. Like a lot of them like had to like special order, because they're like, what? Like, what book are you talking about? And like, where did we end up getting this one? Like, we just
I ended up because you were starting to read it, and I wanted to not be behind, like too terribly far behind you. So I just Amazoned it, which I really like to support local bookstores. So if I can try not to utilize Amazon or Walmart or Target or like, these ones that, they make so much money, if I can support local. And I would have ordered and waited a week or whatever for them to get in, but I just wanted to start reading. So I did Amazon it.
So we got this book and dove right in, and it was kind of hard to have to stop at certain parts, because I'm like, fuck, I want to keep going. Like, I want to keep reading it. But
like when we were doing our
week to week thing. Yeah.
It is time for the Cozy Midnight Collective Review. The one and only. All right. So we're going to, what you want to tell them what we're giving it?
I'm going to go ahead and say that we decided we're going to rate this full moon. So if you're not familiar with our rating system, we decided to go with like the phases of the moon. So full moon is 5 stars. It's haunting. It's stuck with us. No complaints. Like we literally have 0 complaints. So we loved it. So full moon.
Not that I don't have questions. Yeah. I have questions. I'm coming for you, Chaplinsky. But 5. 5. Yeah.
5
out of 5. Full moon.
Yeah, loved it. So
Buy
yeah.
it.
Yes,
You
please.
won't be able to put it down. You will look, especially if you're not like a really busy parent, you'll just fly through this book. I could have easily just devoured it within a couple of days.
I would love to see this as like a TV show, like True Detective style, creepy, eerie,
Mindhunter style.
It just, I feel like it would fit in so well, but it would be so different, like in a good way. So yeah, no, loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're excited to announce our March book. So our March book of the month is going to be The Bewitching by Silvia Moreno-Garcia. Look how pretty this one is.
So if you've read Mexican Gothic by her, this
I haven't.
It's supposed to be really good too. I've seen
but I did. This was one of my books that I chose for the poll for March, and I was really excited. Look, they're all really good choices. I don't think we would go wrong in any of them. But I just love how our audience, how you guys help us choose what we're gonna read. Like it's just so cool. I can't wait to see at the end of the year all those books lined up in order, what we accomplished. It's what cool stories we are reading, you guys. These are so unique.
So good.
Uniquely horrifying. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah, 100%. So I did, by the time this airs, we will have a reading guide posted. So we're going to follow that guide. There's no, it's not really split up into parts that I could see. I tried to kind of skim and I tried to research online, but I didn't want to spoil anything for myself before reading this book. So I kind of just split it up by like how many pages there were, just split it up into 4 parts. So it'll be easy for us to talk about, easy to digest. Those of us who are busy with kids, life, work, whatever, it should be a little bit easier to kind of maybe stretch it out throughout the month. So, so follow along as we read during, the podcast. We'll probably check in here or there throughout the month to discuss like how we're liking it so far, just kind of be a little bit more involved with it. So,
and then we purchased this book through, is it
Better World Books, I believe.
So first of all, if you want to sponsor us, that would be fantastic. But you should definitely check it out. They are secondhand books, but the condition that so it looks like they used to live in a library. So very well maintained. Of course, you can take off like the cover that the libraries, those clear covers, we used to put them on our books in like middle school and high school to keep them
preserved.
Yes. Especially in and out of backpacks and stuff. So that's what it reminded me of. But it literally came from a library. So it's in like mint condition. It was cheap and they're beautiful. I'm super excited to see what else we can find from them, if they'll have everything that we need when we need it. So definitely wanted to shout them out. And if you want to sponsor us, we are open to take sponsors at this time. We would love to partner with you. And then as far as other business, we do need more Midnight Confessions.
Please.
So please send us all your ghostly, ghouly, scary, haunting, paranormal, or just fucking psychotic stories. Whatever, it doesn't even need to be that. Even if it's just spilling the tea, like the day-to-day, you'll never fucking believe what Betty did. Send us that
or
shit.
Your kids, because we're moms. We could relate to that. Our kids.
Do we have something short we could share about one of our kids?
Let's see. My son, he doesn't speak too much right now. He's kind of like a boy of very few words, but for the past week, every day, he has been singing, oh, Patty the Batty, like Patty, the UFC fighter, which love him. But Reese loves to sing. He'll just be like doing his own thing, and then he's like, oh, Patty the baddie. And it is so cute. And then it usually gets my daughter going. And then it's like all night. And I love his theme song, but then after a while you're like, okay.
Oh, shut the fuck up. We get
Patty
it.
the baddie, let's move on.
Yeah.
Like, let's sing something else. But it's cute. It warms my heart. And I'm like, you know what? Hell yeah. Like their Patty the baddie would be like my Chuck Liddell. Like I grew up, like my dad watched Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz. So that would be their, it's probably going to be like, you know, Patty the baddie.
Like it's his like theme song of his life.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
I love it. So it's cute. And they do like the dance too. They like, yeah.
What could I share? Well, Adeline's a firecracker. What is she? So this week, if we're on the topic of like singing, she's been, I think it's like she's going through like growth spurts, but where she just doesn't sleep that well through the night. And she'll like wake me up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and she is not going back to sleep unless she's sleeping next to me and my husband in the bed. And so I'll bring her in. But yeah, last night when I went to grab her at like 2 o'clock in the morning to bring her into the bed, she looked up at me and she started singing Mommy Shark. And I was like, bro,
So cute.
we are not singing Baby Shark in the middle of the night.
Yeah, in the middle of the night, you're like,
no,
please stop.
I'm about to daddy shark you if you don't get the fucking bed and go to bed. But kids. Yeah, so we have all of these hopes and dreams, you guys, and it's just the two of us. Okay, and I know that you will understand if you have 2-3 kids at home like we do. It's just a busy household, right? So the kids are in extracurriculars. We're just doing all of the things, and we're trying. So please be patient with us. In theory, everything should be manageable.
It's tougher than I think. Like, we knew it was going to be hard work, but I think that there's just like little things that we weren't
prepared for,
expecting or being really prepared for. So it's like,
and then our husbands, they're very supportive, and my husband's been kind enough to get us all this equipment that we need, but it's also like a huge learning curve coming from somebody that I know tech, but I'm not going to sit here and say I'm like the most tech savvy person, but learning AI, learning new computers that I haven't really worked on before, learning new cameras and videography like it's just, we're learning. And so like as soon as we get in a groove, it's like something new comes up, which is like, hey babe, found this for you guys, like great, use it, it's gonna be fantastic. And then it's like, oh shit, there's something else that we have to learn. Yeah. And so just bear with us as we go through this growth spurt that we're in the middle of, and every day we're learning something new. And when we get into our rhythm, things will be as we say they will be, and not having to put out that we're running a little bit behind. So by the time you see this will be the third you're getting 3 episodes in a row. You're getting a Midnight Confession, Part 2, Letters to the Purple Satin Killer, and this is the final Part 3 to Letters to the Purple Satin Killer. And we're going to be starting this bad boy here in the next couple of days. I think other than that, was there anything else? We just need your confessions.
Yeah, if anything, that's what we would really love from you guys is confessions. And like I said, we said, it doesn't have to be really necessarily spooky in nature. I mean, we love those stories. Yeah. But
it fits the vibe.
Even if you just want to talk, like if you just want to get something off of your chest, like, we did get one confession that they had discussed that they were struggling through some stuff. So we just want to let you know you're not alone. We're here for you as much as we can be with,
and if you want to stay anonymous, like to the community, but you want to talk one-on-one to us, like if, we're always here too. Not everything has to be like filmed and promoted online. Yeah. Right? Because the internet is not always a welcoming, loving place, but we can make our part of it that way. Yeah. And we want to. So yeah, check us out. We're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Patreon. Obviously, you guys are watching this on one of those platforms.
Or listening on
Spotify. But yeah, just check us out, cozy.midnight.collective. Thanks for joining us in the shadows for another month of haunting reads.
Yeah, so until next time, keep your candles lit, your books close, and your minds open. And remember,
some stories are meant to haunt you.
Bye.
Bye.